Alright, so this is a quick tutorial for how to do the sponge warp dilemma skip. I find this one a lot more consistent than the slam dilemma skip, which is done over on this platform. And I do it a lot more than the other one. For this trick, I've seen a lot of people struggling with it, both to understand how to do it and understanding what they've done wrong and how they've messed it up. And after a lot of testing, I think I'm able to explain that to an extent for those who want to try and learn this trick. So firstly, I will break down the trick into three different parts. The first part being the setup, which is the least important as it's mainly based on personal preference. The second being the jumping, which is the second most important, and the third being the sponge warp, which is the most important and the most difficult part of the trick to get right. So what you're going to want to do, first off, is you're going to want to jump over onto this platform here and place SpongeBob in this crack. Next, you're going to want to make it so that this tiki, you can see it on your screen. The camera angle doesn't really matter, but you just want to be able to see the goo beside the tiki. So I usually place my camera right around anywhere from this to anywhere to there. Mainly usually in the middle, as that's where the camera gets placed off the bat. Next, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to walk sideways off of this platform and spin, jump, spin, jump, spin. This will give you the most distance and place you in the right spot and give you a little bit of leeway for the last part of the trick. Now for the last part, it is the sponge warp. For this one, after you've set up your camera angle from the start and done your jumps, you're going to want to slightly tap it to the right. Now if you go too far to the right, what's going to happen is you're going to hit against this giant pink rock here and either fly into the goo or fly out into the sand. Now the problem with flying out into the sand is there's a possibility of being able to do dilemma skip, but it does lose 20 to 30 seconds as flying into the sand acts as a Hans trigger. Now Hans in this situation will think that you're still in bounds even though you're out of bounds, and he'll place you back in the out of bounds area where he'll pick you up again. Now that will lose a lot of time, and there's a possibility that it doesn't even work, as the game will then try and figure out where you were last at or where you were possibly last at before going out of bounds twice. So it will either place you back on this platform or over where the watermelon is, and it's really imprecise and just not good in general. So you want to try and avoid going too far to the right with your camera angle. Now for the trick itself, I'll give a quick demonstration of it and then try and give some examples of what to do wrong.
Long as these pants are square and this sponge is Bob, I will not let Bikini Bottom down. Just my size.
Hopefully this video was a useful tool for you to learn one of the bigger tricks that will be added into these new routes that people are coming up with. And hopefully it also helps with the routers and the runners as well to figure out how to do this trick properly in a more consistent way, and maybe add some more opportunities for other things in the future, and maybe a better understanding as well of sponge warping in this game. So hopefully you enjoyed, and if you did, make sure to share this with anyone else who you might think this was useful for. Like it and subscribe as well for more speedrunning BFBBR content.